Hi, everybody. Hi, happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. I am going to be sewing up the Suzu sling. I wanted to feature the items in, not all the items, but some of the items in the upcoming spring box, the My Favorite Things spring box. It's a collab box between myself and Annette at Tulip Bee. And we are so happy to finally get these out to you. Customs was holding on to our stuff for quite a while. But hopefully we're good now. My video seems to be spiraling. Just a second. Let me know how the feed is. Okay, so the spring box coming out Monday, March or April. Oh my gosh, what month are we in? April is that 27th on the Monday. It will be released Patreon first at 9 a.m. Mountain Time to our top tier. And we're only releasing a certain amount so they don't all sell out on Patreon. And then we're releasing to the general public 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday. So those Patreon top level people have an hour head start to grab a box. And I hope we did a lot more this time, because last time we did our Cupid box, we just weren't sure of the how many people would like it. So anyways, this box is just meant to be a box full of goodies. There's no set pattern for this one. Our summer box, though, will have a pattern that I am creating. I already have it in my head. I just need to get it down on paper. We already have the box designed. It's going to be amazing as well. So I hope you guys love this box. I love it. I wanted to do something with pansies because I have never seen any type of pansy print out there. I thought that was perfect for spring. So Annette and I created this pansy print. This is the Smoothie Smooth. You get a full yard of Smoothie Smooth, a full roll of 2 different types of vinyls. So you get a Signature Smooth Checks vinyl, which is, again, a custom print, a full roll. And then you get a full roll of the Faux Real, her leather-like, of this new Buttercup. It's so pretty. So these are the 3 prints in the box, you guys. I think they're so cute and they go so well together. So along with that, there's other custom items. You have full 3 yards of zipper tape, this pretty green color. It matches pretty awesome to this pansies. And then I did 3 yards of 1.5 inch webbing, pretty neutral color. So it should go with all of this. And then a bag full of hardware, a couple of custom items I will show you, and we will be sewing those up. 2 spools of thread. You get daffodil yellow, which I'll be sewing with today. And then you'll get a gentle blush pink, which also matches. And in the boxes, you can choose between 70 and 45. So, you guys, I hope you all love it. I think it came together so great. Annette and I had such a fun time putting this box together. I can't wait to do more. We already have summers all planned out. You guys are going to love it. And, okay, look at that. That is the sticker that Annette made. Look at the little pansies with it. I love it so much. I'm going to put it on my machine right now. Barb says to sign off and go to her live. Oh, is Barb on a live? Tell her I'm very sorry. I did not know. Maybe if I can get this off. I was going to put this on my machine before we started. Right there. So cute. I will also have a sticker. I haven't gotten it yet. It comes on Thursday that I'm adding to these boxes. From our last Sewing the States, we created a sticker that said, I need some seam ripper and some privacy. I will be coming up with some merch with that on it. Everybody loves it so much. So when you order the spring box, you will get a sticker that says that. And okay, so I'm going to zoom you in here. We'll look at some of this hardware. I'll show you what I'm going to use. And we will dig into the Suzu sling. I haven't made a Suzu sling in a hot second. So hopefully I don't mess it up, but I hope you can see I will be cutting out multiple bags with this box. I want to show you how much material you're actually getting in this box because they're not just small cuts to do one pattern. They are full on yardages of material, spools, hardware, all that kind of stuff. So let's get the camera in and on this. Here we go. All right, I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit more. Beautiful. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Hello, Leslie. Hi, everybody. All right. The box will be listed on my website Monday morning. Not listed yet. Available Monday morning. Okay, so we get a bunch of fun tags. I need to decide what tags I'm going to use. All right. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tags that come, woven tags that come in this box. One says pretty with a pop of sass. I thought that one was fun. And they're double-sided. They're the fun woven tags. We custom made this. This one says drama in bloom. Again, double-sided. This one says, I love this one. It says little bit wild, little bit fancy. Little bit wild, little bit fancy. This, you get 2 with just the cute little pansy flower on it. And then 2 of them, it's 2 different colorways, and it says too cute to be ordinary. And those are double-sided too. I love the tags. Susan, my sister, did such a good job designing those. I got to decide. I'm going to put those in my little thing here. I got to decide what tags I'm going to use. And then we custom designed these zipper pulls and this embellishment. I'm going to use these zipper pulls on the bag. You guys, I don't know how well that comes in the camera. Just a minute. I want to make sure you guys see this pull. Can you see that? It needs more light. We need more light, people. It is so pretty. So this is and it's like hefty. Okay. And it's double-sided. There's 5 of those pulls. I absolutely love them. And then I have this pansy embellishment as well. So I custom designed those. And then we have other just hardware. You'll get a lock of some kind. You'll get some 1-inch triangle rings, crossbody straps, and rivets. Okay, so just kind of like a little bit of everything to do what you want to do. All right. Okay, so here we go. Let's start this Suzu sling. And this is all in my light gold hardware finish that I carry in my shop. So it should match any light gold hardware that you may have on hand. All right. Let's start this Suzu sling. So I already installed my magnetic snap. I'm going to create my flap here. So to do that, we just sew down these 2 sides. All right. Again, I am sewing the Suzu sling with the material from the spring box coming out. Are the checks vinyl? Yes. So the checks are the signature smooth vinyl. And then the yellow is the faux real. And then this is the bonded poly smoothie smooth. All right. Here we go. I forget all the seam allowances for this, so I'm going to have to keep referring back to my pattern. Here we go. Again, and I have, oh, put your foot down, Kassiah. I've been kind of out of the loop here. What was I going to say? I don't remember. I don't remember, guys. All right. There's one side. the other side. When are we going to do the quilted wall hanging? You know what? We'll get to it. Cynthia, that's on me. I had a little too much on my plate and couldn't do it last week. So we need to reschedule a new date for that. We have it all planned out. We just need to do it. That's totally on me. I was in between 2 trips, wasn't feeling so hot. And I just couldn't get to it. So we will get to it, I promise. All right, we want to trim that down. I'm going to give this a little bit of heat. It's just easier to turn, especially because I already put on Decaville. I like to do Decaville light on this just to give it some good shape. Just a second. Oh, my hairdryer's not plugged in. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Let's put this in somewhere else, though. Maybe that'll make it easier. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Hi from Scotland, Shelley Mack. You're too busy. You're busy sewing? Fabulous. Do you have any issues with your Juki making marks on your vinyl? I don't have a Juki. Mine's a King Max, and I have a smooth, skinny foot. That does help when you get a smooth foot. And also it helps to know how to change the pressure of your foot. Sometimes it comes and the pressure is just too much and it'll leave marks on your material. Okay, so there's my pretty flap. Yeah. I'm going to zoom this out just a little bit now as well. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and top stitch this. Make sure it's all laying nice and neat. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Sammy. All right, so now there's my snap, right? So on this side, I want to go ahead and top stitch all the way around. Okay. And because I already installed my snap, I can go ahead and close the top of my flap. I have a King Max GC0302, which is equivalent to the Juki 1181N. It's just the brand that my local shop carries, and that's the brand of both my machines, actually, and I love it. It works really nice. I have had 0 issues with both of my machines, so I'm a believer. Okay, flap, baste, exterior, front, top, and my flap. I want to do it this way because it's got to go down. right? Magnetic side up, and we are basting this in place. Okay. So the thing about this box is it will be a custom box. This will be the only time you can get these specific items for a lot of this. So it's an exclusive thing. So it won't become available later on my website. Like just as individual items, just FYI. All right, beautiful. All right, and then C, which is this one, and we sandwich. I think I want to make a Dallara next with this material. I think a Dallara would be really cute. And then maybe even a Char or an Annabelle. I'm not sure yet. I thought, let's see how many patterns I can get out of all this material. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we want to stitch this at our full seam allowance. Hi. Mary, I have one cut out watching during lunch break. Awesome. Sorry for the barking dogs. All right, beautiful. And then pull it down. And we are going to top stitch. Ooh, look how pretty those all look together. Oh my gosh. What? How else can we say spring? I mean, that is spring right there. That is awesome. The box will be $150. All right, so now I need to sew along the flap. Let me get this and 3/4 up from the top, from the slip pocket here. And when you sew across the flap, that's just going to help it come down and lay nice. When it connects, it just helps that fold over, okay? Donna, we have about 350 boxes available. So we plan a lot more than the Cupid box because a lot of people were sad they didn't get the Cupid box. So hopefully there's a want for that many boxes because that's how many we have. All right. Hi, Veronica. You're getting distracted by the pretty fabrics. I like that. All right. Beautiful. I accidentally went off one little stitch there. That's not the end of the world. Okay. Let me get a wipe out though. Whenever you use a silver pen on material, you want to make sure that you wipe it off, okay? Beautiful. Okay, grab slip pocket. D. Yeah. And we are going to put these right sides together and sew along the top at our seam allowance, okay? Here we go. 155. Thank you, Susan. All right. Yay, Sammy. Yep, I cut these using my templates too. I recorded it. Susan's making it into a little video for me. Donna, yes. Threadheads get early access at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right, and then I want a top stitch. Hi, Jilly. Beautiful. So this now goes on to here. Oh, look how pretty that is, you guys. Ooh, baby. So cute. Thank you, Cynthia. Appreciate that. We really did work hard on these boxes, so I hope everybody loves them. It was a lot of love, a lot of work. Our main vision was to do 4 a year, 1 for every season, but I think this first year we're just going to do 3 and see where we're at after that. So, and it's not a subscription box, it's just a one-time purchase type of thing, okay? All right, so I'm going to now baste this here. I was trying to decide if I wanted to use the pansy embellishment on this one or a different, I think I'm going to use it on a different bag that I'm going to make and just use the pulls on this one. Look how cute. I think I'm going to put my nameplate right there though. So let's do that real quick. What all comes in the box. If you can go back to the very beginning of the video, I go over pretty much everything that comes in the box. Lots of stuff to make multiple things. All right. Oh, hi, Oki. Hi, baby. Hi. You okay? Hi. She's all, what are you doing, Mom? Hi. Mama's sewing. Okay. I did not mark the center down here. I'm going to do that real quick. All right, let's get this nameplate on. There goes my ruler. Come here, ruler. Any purchase limits per customer? I guess I hadn't thought about that, Sammy. No? I'm going to do this about 1 3/4. Well, we'll do 1.5 inches. Yeah. 1.5 inches. That looks good. Yeah, and the purse chain that it comes with is a new purse chain design. It is one that is not been sold before. So if you're like, I have a purse chain, you don't have this purse chain. And I think everybody's going to like the new design. All right, got my little cuts there. Hi, Amanda from the UK. Just got home from work and missed the start. I've had this pattern for a while, and this is reminding me to cut it out and get sewing. Yay! Go do it. I love this pattern. This is a fun pattern. All right. Here and here. Come on, go to your home. I didn't cut that big enough. Sorry, just a minute. I have to do the smallest little cuts for this nameplate, so I try really hard not to make them too big. Okay, beautiful. What is that you just used? It's a small retractable blade. The brand is Westcott. It was given to me by Katie, our Miss Montana. So I'm not sure. I've been asked multiple times. I'll need to ask Katie where she got it. I am not sure. It's a smaller blade than my Fiskars one. And it's really nice for smaller cuts like this. It's kind of awesome. All right, there's that. Cover up those prongs whenever you have prongs, guys. I didn't get it from Amazon. I don't know if she got it from Amazon. I'm not sure. Walmart. Oh, there she is, Katie. I originally got it at Walmart, but I was able to order them from Amazon. There you go. Thank you, Katie. I've had multiple people ask me. And I guess I haven't spent the time to look. Ugh, that's cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and baste my lining because I know that I'm doing a zipper pocket on the back side and this is the front. So this is a basted bag, or not basted bag, dirt. This is a bound bag. So I'm going to go ahead and just baste the lining. Oh, I got to make sure I'm doing it the right way though. It is directional. It's not a perfect square. So make sure you're doing it the right way. Forgot about that. Hi, Megan. All right, here we go. So I'm going to baste those layers together and then we'll head to the back main panel. There's the front of my Suzu sling. Oh, you guys, I did not plan this, but that and this kind of go perfectly together. that was a happy coincidence. Okay, so let's go to the back. We need exterior E, F. I find it easiest with this pattern just to label. It all has letters, and I find it easiest just to label all of the items on the back instead of keeping all the pattern pieces with it. Okay, I'm going to need one of my pansy pulls here. And where is this? All right, here we go. Put my pole on. And then we need to put on our zipper tabs. Okay, so we're just doing a one-sided zipper tab like this, and then folding over and top stitching. Not anything too difficult, pretty simple. And then we'll trim the tab down to be the same width because they are a little bit wider in the pattern. And that's just, the reason they're a little bit wider is because you may not know it, but depending on where you get your zipper tape made, it can be different widths. Your zipper tape can come in different widths. So, you know, we just designed the tabs just a little bit bigger just in case you'd had tape that was a different size. Some wiggle room for mistakes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it down like this right now, even before I top stitch. All right. Beautiful. I need to pull up my hair real quick too. It didn't last long. I don't know how people sew with their hair down. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark my middle. I'm just going to do a tiny snip right in the center. Teeny tiny, teeny tiny. And then this one. Same for all of these. I'm going to go ahead and just do little snips for my centers. Beautiful. And on this, because it just helps to know where all of your centers are when you're putting stuff together, okay? Hi, Leslie. Beautiful. All right, let's put this together. You want to grab exterior pocket bottom and place right sides together, and then do boop boop we do boop. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna tape instead of baste because that's what I do. And I know people are like, don't you know how to do this bag? I do, but you got to understand how many bags I do in between. That sometimes I don't remember the full-on steps. So I've got the directions up here just to kind of give my brain a little reminder. make sure I'm doing this correctly and showing you guys correctly. All right, so I'm taping this right sides down, right sides together. And I like my zipper pull to be closed at the left. I guess that's just preference. Yeah, that's just preference. And we did have the realization too, it depends if you are right-handed, left-handed, which way the bag is hanging on your body. Like there's so many dependents on which way you want the zipper to go. So. All right, and then I want to sandwich my lining piece on top here, centered and across, okay? Beautiful. All right, so I've got my zipper sandwich. I'm gonna sew along the top, just at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. We don't do the whole 3/8 on this bag. So no need to change my foot, which is nice. Move that pole out of the way. I did wonder, what if I added one of the little tags back here? You know what? I'm going to do that real quick. I had that thought. Wouldn't that be cute if I added a tag right in there? I'm going to do that real quick. We're going to do pretty with a pop of sass. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. So it's double-sided, so it doesn't matter which way. I'm going to do it a little bit more up than it needs to be as well. Good, good. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. You just reminded me have my tag. Good, Jessica. Add your tag. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Lorraine. Okay, so now I want to flip all that back, and I'll make sure this tag goes down, and I will top stitch along the bottom here. Veronica, I remember my tags right after I top stitch. I know. Been there, done that. I maybe put it up a little bit too much, but that's okay. Oh no, that's perfect. Look how cute that is. Pretty with a pop of sass. I love it. Okay. All right, so now we're going to fold this up to meet up here. And then we'll sandwich on the top piece. And I just like to tape. You can baste. If you don't want to use tape, you can totally baste this. And you know, this zipper pocket on the back, it is optional. You don't have to do a zipper pocket. If you just wanted to do a full solid back, you could just use one of the lining pieces as your exterior piece. That is an option. You could make this multiple ways. And then I'm going to sandwich this piece on top. Okay. Beautiful. And then I'm going to stitch this on. So another zipper sandwich. Let's sew it on. And then I'm going to go ahead and just trim these tabs. We don't need these tabs sticking out. Just extra. And then I'm just flipping up this top piece and leaving the bottom pocket piece down, and I'm going to top stitch along the top edge of my zipper here. Beautiful. And now we've created that bag zipper pocket. So the nice thing about this is this gets closed up when we can just baste it right here, and that closes up our pocket. If you are wanting to keep your layers lighter, you could always go in and baste it a little, or close your pocket up and trim this out of your seam allowance. That's another option. So if you're worried about your layers, go ahead and do that. Hi, Chicken Banana. I like your name. All right, and then I'm just going to trim my pocket. All right, so before I baste on the lining piece, I'm going to go ahead and do my pocket, my zipper pocket on that, and get that out of the way. So here's my lining, and I did a little zipper overlay for it. If I can find my pieces. There we are. Okay. Make sure that when you go to do this, you are working down from the right, laying the right way, okay? So let's do the placement. I already have my centers on everything marked. I don't remember how far down we do this. I'm going to do it maybe 3/4, maybe a little bit more actually. An inch. Does she have? Sorry, just a minute. I don't remember if the pattern. Two inches down. I'm not going to do 2. Let's do 1.5 inches. Yeah, that looks good to me. Yep. I'm going to do 1.5 inches down, guys. All right, so I just did an overlay that is 6 inches with a, no, 7 inches with a 6-inch opening. Which I'm pretty sure Leslie at Jolie Lee carries those pre-cut that size, because that's the same size that you can put on the back of my Delara. That looks good. All right, I'm going to sew around the outside. We can put another tag. I'm going to do one more little tag. Let's do one of our little flower tags, maybe, or too cute to be ordinary. Let's do that one. That's cute. I like that. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to back stitch because it's yellow on yellow. And I don't feel like I need to pull through. This is the Suzu sling, Tiffany. It is my very first pattern that I collaborated with Brittany from SoFlo. She did all the, I came up with the idea. She did the piece design. So she is amazing. Brittany has helped me so much in my pattern writing. I would not be able to do it without her. Love you, Brittany. Yeah, this is the Suzu sling. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. I wish I could take a picture of that. But my phone is recording. So, okay. The Suzu is my top seller. That's awesome. I'm so glad. It's a fun little bag to make. I don't think I've made a Suzu since our swag dashes, so it's been a hot second. All right, here we go. Some boxes may have purple zipper tape, just FYI. Some have green, some have purple. Get another pansy pull. Oh, those are so pretty. I'll make sure to sew my exterior tag right side of this time. Yeah, that'd be good, Sammy. That's funny. All right, I am going to place this into my opening. I told my husband to buy that for me for Mommy's Day. Oh, that's perfect. I guess it kind of does coincide with Mother's Day now, doesn't it? All right, so I am going to center this into here. I did not do the best job cutting out this overlay. It was late last night. I may have had a drink. All right, it still looks good though. You guys, look how gorgeous that is. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna sew. Oh no. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to put on a pocket piece. Here we go. Facing up. Right side down. Okay, I'm just gonna start here and end here. What was the brand of the small cutter you used? It's called West Westcott. Westcott. All right. Again, I'm just back stitching. Call me crazy. Brittany, you're so welcome. Brittany is So Flow Sewing. If you haven't checked out her patterns, she's got such a cute, she's the one that did the Cupid pattern for the Cupid box. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorite patterns still to this day. All right. The yellow isn't exclusive to the box, is it? It's very pretty. It is. It's called Buttercup, and it is exclusive to the box, I believe. I don't know if she's gonna come out with this color for everybody after the box or not. Annette, if you're on here, I don't know. The pansies and the checks you won't be able to get aside from the box. And the pansy poles will be exclusive. I sent you a link to them on Amazon. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Hi, Heather. All right, so now I'm going to finish out my little zipper box here. Hi from Belgium. All right, guys. Kassiah, how much do you love me? I just spent 2 hours trying to figure out how to load a YouTube short. Oh my goodness, did you figure it out? I wonder what we were doing wrong. The Cupid is totally my favorite bag to make, Brittany. I was almost thinking I was gonna make a Cupid with these with these materials. I'm like, can I make a Cupid? I could. Why not? All right, I'm gonna sew up this pocket. We don't need to leave it open because this is a bound bag. Okay, there is my pocket. Beautiful. That's so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one and sandwich them together. If you put them together and they don't fit and it's like that, it's because you did your lining the wrong way. Okay, so make sure that your lining is the correct way when you do this. Hi, Annette Harris. Thank you for your order recently. I shipped it out yesterday. Thank you so much for the love and support. All right, let's baste these 2 layers together Could this be any cuter, you guys? I don't think so. You guys don't realize this is the first time I've sewn something up with these spring box materials, and I couldn't be happier. Ah, success, man. All right, so let's baste. All right. It was the weight in customs gel. I know, right? My 3 girls all wanted your Delara pattern, so I'm watching you while sewing it up. Oh, yay. I love that. Okay, so there is my back panel. All done. We are going to work on the top gusset. This is my handle. Here are my top pieces. I debated whether to do check for the bottom gusset or yellow. I thought the check might be a little bit like cohesive, a little bit more cohesive. Okay, here we go. Handle. Fold my edges in. I like to put a woven interfacing onto my signature smooth vinyl. I don't do that on the faux real because it's more like a leather type. But for the signature smooth, I feel like it just makes a better bag when you do that layer of woven with it as well, because it's a softer vinyl. And it just gives it a little bit more stability. All right, here we go. So this is my handle, and it's 4 inches wide, and you could change, like if you wanted to do 3/4, you could change the handle width. You can use webbing instead of vinyl. That is lighter for your lighter weight machines. That is a good way to go. All right, and then I'm going to fold it one more time. So our first stitching is going to be done at 1/4 inch. Okay. So when we first stitch this, it's going to be done at 1/4 inch seam allowance. Ooh, I think I'm going to do the yellow checks up where I can see them. We are making a Suzu sling, Karen. Hello, hope your day is a blessed day. Thank you so much. Angie, I love the combo. It's all very pretty. Thank you. You were holding it hostage, Orla. I know you were. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do 1/4 inch first. I'm trying to think. Does that mean I'm going to be sewing through my tape? Yes. So I need to make sure that I'm cleaning my needle as I go. The yellow just keeps falling into place. I know, right? It's kind of perfect. And they all match so well. I'm so happy with the yellows. Guys, it's nerve-wracking when you design a box or some kind of project. It's so nerve-wracking to kind of hope that it just all falls in place when you're done and everything goes according to plan and everything matches. The vision doesn't always match the end result. And I think this one has kind of fallen into place nicely. Learned a lot from your videos. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I bought the pattern. I haven't made one now. I'm inspired. Oh, Karen, yay. I'm so glad. Go make one. It's a fun pattern. Here we go. Love that journey for me. Fabulous, fabulous. There's my handle. Okay, it's going to go on the bag like that. Love it. All right, I'm going to put this aside. All right, you're excited for the stickers? Yeah, this is one of them that's on my machine here. It's got the little pansies, and then we'll have the, I need my seam ripper and some privacy. That'll be in the box too. All right, okay, sorry, I need to read my directions. I need to, ooh, my eyes are blurry. I need to put together my zipper panel next. What foot are you using? I'm using a skinny, smooth foot that I actually just ordered on Amazon. It's just an Amazon foot, and it works fabulously. I'm pretty sure it's linked on my Amazon store, which is linked in the description. How do we get the box? Karen, it will be listed Monday, 8 a.m. for Patreon members and top tier, and 9 a.m. for the general public. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just mark all my centers and just make sure that everything is laying where it needs to be. Okay. At least I should have done that beforehand. I apologize. What bag should I cut out next, you guys? Let's take a vote. Using these same materials, should I do I was either going to do an Alma Bonita pouch from Shambhala or a Delara, Shar, or Annabelle. Don't know which to do next. Where is this one? There it is. There it is. I love it when my dog Oakley, her birthday was on 4/22, Sammy. Happy belated birthday, Sammy. You and the crafty reporter, Amber, have the same birthday. All right. And my dog. I mean, such a great day to be born. All right. So let's make our zipper panel. Shar. So you use the chain. I know that's what I was thinking, right? To use the chain for that. A spring Annabelle. I know. I think I can do a Shar and an Annabelle with all this material. Honestly, I think I could do 3 full bags, maybe even 4 with all the material that comes in the box. All right, so right side down, and then we will sandwich the lining. I love pansies. My husband's grandmother was named Pansy. Oh, that's cute. Wendy, those old-fashioned names. Yeah, they always come back. That's really cute. My friend Jessica, when we were trying to come up for ideas for the spring box, she was like, well, pansies are my sister's favorite flower. And I'm like, oh my gosh, pansies. I haven't seen anything with that design on it. And I love a pansy. So that's kind of how we came up with this. So I actually should thank Jessica on Tuesday, when she comes to help me assemble all the boxes to ship out. All right, I'm going to sew down 1/4 inch seam allowance. And yeah. I woke up with allergies this morning because I slept with my window open. And now my eyes are going funky on me. I think it's all allergy related. I'm so here for you doing one of each SiahSwag pattern. I might. I think I can do one of each. Honestly, there's enough material. All right, I'm going to top stitch. I'm going to put some clips to make sure it's all staying where I want it though. Now I will sew my lining and exterior together, but when you're making this bag, keep in mind, I'm only doing that because I know I can sew through these 2 layers and my handle. If you don't think that your machine can handle sewing through all the layers, don't connect your exterior to your lining yet, because you'll flip your lining out of the way when you put on your handle, okay? So there is that option as well. All right, beautiful. It just might be a SiahSwag pattern week here on my channel. How do we feel about that? Not a big fan of the checkered materials and the stickers you use a lot in your videos. However, everything else is just gorgeous. You know what? That's fine. Checkers aren't for everybody. I understand that. Our next box won't have checkers. But how could I not have checkers in my first box? That's kind of my thing. The box is $155, Annette. And just keep in mind, it comes with full yardages and rolls. It's not just a little cut. All right. Plus shipping, yeah. Depending on where you're at. I've been working on how much the shipping will be. I think I'm going to do $13.50 for the shipping. That seems to be in the States. Covers the shipping. Keep in mind, post office has raised their shipping prices. So that's not me charging any extra. That's just what it costs to ship right now. And international is a whole other monster. So, yeah, $13.50. It's a good size box. It weighs 4.5 pounds, guys. It's a 4.5 pound box. All right, so let's work on this next side here. Find my center right there. And here. Is the box size similar to Cupid's? Susan, yeah, the box size is, so it has to fit full roll. So it's 19 inches long, 6 inches high, and 4 inches deep. So it looks like a box you would get, like if you ordered a few rolls of vinyl. That's the size of box it is. All right. Sandwich this. Centered. Beautiful. Do you think you will ever have number 3 zipper pulls and tapes on your site? Okay, you know, I did a while back and they just were not, they weren't popular. They were just sitting there. Nobody was purchasing them. So I had to, I'm putting them in the scrap boxes, all the number 3 tape that I have left. It's going in upcoming scrap boxes. I don't know if I'll ever get it back on my site. I do know that My Handmade Space, which is a fabulous shop, My Handmade Space, I'm almost positive, carries lots of number 3 zippers and tape. And she is here in the States. She's in Massachusetts. And fully support her company. Go check her out. Annabelle's amazing. And she has a good name. Alright. WayWack has gorgeous zipper tapes but no pretty pulls. Well, go check out My Handmade Space, Kay. I know she has a lot of different cute designs of zipper pulls as well. So in the pattern, it doesn't state to put Decaville light on this side. I find I like the shape of the bag a little bit more with it on there, so I put a little strip. It's just a 1/2 inch strip. It's not a big strip. I don't think these clips are going to hold it. I need some metal ones. But it does make this part a little bit more tricky because you really got to pull it out to meet it. All right, let's top stitch this side. It'd be cute to do an Annabelle with this material, but quilt the yellow with the pink. Ooh, quilt the yellow with the pink thread. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there is my zipper panel. Now we need to put on, love the pansy material, so pretty. Thank you. It's going to be in the spring box that we are talking about. So I think, here we go. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. I want it from the raw edge. All right, 1.25. So I want to draw a line from the raw edge of this bigger side, okay? I'm going to draw a line. That's my handle placement line. And then I want some markings on my handle. I want it to be this way. All right, so we want one at 4, 2.5, and 1.5, right? Yes, 1.5. Okay, on each side. You got to do 3 markings. This is going to help sew it all together. 4, 2.5, and 1.5. Orla, I'm going to make you a moderator. I've been meaning to do that. You just need to accept it. I just did it. All right. So this is going to be placed on the edge here. We are going to sew up to our first marking across and back down. Then I'm going to slide on my connector. And then I'm going to sew this next box. And then I'll bring this back up to here and do the same thing. All right. Let's do it. I forget which side is the front. This side's the front, right? So I want my handle. I want the nice folded. I'm trying to figure out the folded edge. This is the front. So I want the folded edge up here. All right, here we go. On that line. And now I'm sewing this on at an 1/8. Oh, and if I want to, I could sew this handle section at an 1/8 inch real quick. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to sew my handle section real quick. I don't know if this is in the pattern. I don't think we put this in the pattern. But I think it looks nice when this is also sewn at an 1/8. It might be in the pattern. No, I don't think so. So we're going to do this. And I'm going to come across at that 4-inch line here. And come down. Which thread am I using? This is Daffodil Yellow. It'll be in the Daffodil and Gentle Blush Pink, which is not two exclusive colors this time around, but it'll be in the smaller spools. The next summer box, it's going to be 2 colors that will be exclusive to the box. We're learning as we go here. And honestly, this is the first time I think I've used the Daffodil Yellow on a project, and I kind of love it. It's really pretty. Okay. So I just sewed this middle part just to kind of match my side stitching that I'm going to be doing. All right, here we go. This handle takes a hot second, but when it's all done, it's so cute. So I'm just sewing up to that first marking, that 1.5 inches up that we made. Okay, I'm sewing across that. Hi, Maritha. All right, let me get my connector. These are the ones that come in the box because they're my favorites. It's called My Favorite Things is the boxes, right? We started out calling it My Favorite Things because I wanted to do a collection of everything that I loved and things that I love that I hope you love. And these triangle connectors are one of my favorite things. So anyways, that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Here we go. Now I want to sew this next section. You know what? I'm going to start right here because I am going to backstitch, and I kind of want to be on the yellow when I backstitch. Hi, Jean. My back thread got caught in there. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but here's my first square, connector, second square, okay? Where's my weight? I'm gonna just make sure these are wiped, and I'll add some rivets to this too. It'll make it look pretty and finished and add a little extra support. So this time we're coming up with this side like that. See, and that's what makes our cute handle. All right. I am going to put on my hardware first before I start sewing this. Because if you start sewing it and you don't have your hardware on, you'll be sad. So slip your other connector on, okay? And then I'm going to take it up here, right there, and do that whole process over again, okay? I would have never put that zipper tape with the yellow, but wow, that's gorgeous. Thank you. I thought a green, darker tape would be the ticket. And I am kind of loving it. All right, here we go. Remember, whenever you turn a corner, when you're doing stuff like this and you turn a corner with your machine, that your needle has to be all the way down and on the upswing. If it's not, you might have a skip stitch right there in that corner. That's how that happens. That's why I always kind of hand crank it when I go down and in on these corners. All right, I'm going to move my connector down, and now I'm going to do this last little bit here. Okie dokie, artichoke. There. It's my handle, so when it's all in the bag, it's going to be, trust me, it'll look really cute. I'm going to do a rivet here and here and here. I'm going to do 3 on each side, and then we will finish the gusset, okay? So I'm going to do one right here below my stitching. If you want to be very particular about it, you can use your pen to make some markings. I'm just kind of eyeballing it because I'm crazy like that. Okay. And then we got some rivets that come in the kit here. Okay, just like that. Same thing over here. One more right here. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna take this over to my press real quick. I won't move the camera. I'm just gonna give these rivets a press. Make sure I get all those. Okay, that's what we're looking like. Love. All right, be right back. Okay, all pressed, done. I just need to add my zipper pulls. You could do one or two. I think I'm just gonna do one this time for this one. So I have a couple left for my other bag. Obviously, you don't have to do all the same zipper pull. If you wanted to mix it with other pulls and just use this for your main one, like, you know, whatever you want to do. Oh, wait, which is the front? This is the front. So I'm going to put it on this way. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Right, the zipper pull on. Let's put on our gusset. There we go. So I want to get my exterior right sides together. We will baste this on first. Okay. Beautiful. It all lines up. Some basty baste. Uh-oh, just lost my piece. In the trash. All right. All right, and then I want to sandwich my exterior. And then we'll sew at a full 3/8 seam allowance. So this is where your layers can get thick. If you are on a lighter weight machine, I highly recommend you use webbing for the handle, okay? Because it does get thick right here. Trim this zipper tape down if you would like. It was just a little extra on there to help get those pulls on. You don't have to leave it that long. Make sure you melt it. All right, both sides down, and let's top stitch. I'm glad I did the checkered here. The yellow, I like how that all comes together. I'm happy with it. Okay, let me get off my silver pin on this real quick before I forget. Okay, now we just want to make a circle. So I'm going to bring my exterior up to the other side and repeat all of the same steps. What is your stitch length when you're basting and sewing normally? I go between a 4 and a 4.5. Your machine's stitch length could vary. I didn't realize that you can change the stitch length and adjust it on your machine. Not all machines are set up the same way. So my 4 to 5.5, maybe your 3 to 3.5. Like, it's kind of crazy. I just recently learned this at our retreats with Danny. So even though I say mine's at a 4 to 4.5, it could be different on your machine. I mean, that's my stitch length pretty much throughout the whole bag. All right, I'm going to bring this up. Love the materials in the box and the zipper pulls. Thank you. All right, and now I'm going to sew that at our full seam allowance, and then I'll top stitch and then baste all of our layers together. So, actually, you know what? Sorry. It's easier to do this with the inside. I didn't trim this down. All right, let's top stitch. All right, so now I have a full circle. I want all of my layers to be one. I'm just going to clip them all together and baste them. Let's bring the camera up. Adjust just a little. Okay, here we go. And I think, I always forget which way. I think it's easier with it lining side out. Nope. Maybe other way. I usually mark my centers on my bottom pieces, and I didn't do that, you guys. That was so silly of me. All right, let's clip it right there. Yep, just gold on this box. Each box will be probably a different finish. I know a summer box will be matte black. You can choose between 45 and Tech 70 thread though. All right, I'm gonna baste that. Clip all my corners, or all my, not corners, clip all my centers, and then we'll put this thing together. All right, here we go. So this one should be lined up at the top here already. Yep. Yeah. I keep knocking off all my clips. Okay, I'm just getting all of my centers. Yeah, your other one should be just about at that seam. So I'm not going to clip it. I'm just double checking that that's what it is. Yeah, right there. All right, beautiful. Here we go, guys. I like to do my front first. I feel like it's just getting that flap and everything in there. It's a little bit easier. Here we go. I'm going to turn my gusset. I'm going to fully open my zipper. So I'm going to fully open it. I'm going to turn it inside out. And I'm going to make sure that I'm starting with the smaller edge of the gusset goes to the front side of the bag. Okay? I'm going to start with my centers and then work it all in. I like to do 3 rounds of sewing on this, so I will baste it first. I'll go at my full seam allowance, and then I'll add my binding. You don't have to do it that way. That's just the way that I have the most success with my bags. clip into that gusset on your curves. Lucy, I'm making the Suzu sling with the materials from the spring box. Yes. Now, if you're a stapler, you can staple those corners. Go for it. If that's your preferred method. So I'm not telling you not to do that. Go for it. I'm just a baster. I like to just baste. Again, it's just whatever method you find works the best for you. I love a good stapled corner. Yep, go for it. Go for it. Sometimes staples are definitely the way to go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go around 3 times. I'm just gonna do a little resituating here and here. There we go. Random question. What length of crossbody do you recommend for young kids? Maybe 44 for a littler kid, I would say. All depends on the kid. I would go about 44 though. You could always go longer and then trim it down shorter. All right, so go on the error of being too long than too short. I know some adults like a full 60. That's way too much for me. I like between 54 and 56. So I think it just depends on the kid. I hate pulling out the staples. Right, which is why I don't like to staple as well. I always cut myself every time with the staple. So if I can avoid a stapler, I do. But sometimes you need to use it. Oh, hi, Okie. Thank you, Veronica. I appreciate that. one more curve here. All right. I'm just gonna, whoops, kind of look at this, make sure I like it. Caught everything, got all my layers. Looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty dang good. I'm gonna trim down just right here where my gusset's kind of a little bit off. I like to make sure that if my corner slipped at all, I just trim that down just a little bit to be even. It's okay if they slipped a little bit. It's not the end of the world. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. All right, so now I'm gonna go around at my full seam allowance. I'm gonna check my bobbin real quick because I'm not sure where I'm at with that. And this is the worst part to run out of bobbin. Oh, I've got a lot, man. I think this is a 1 bobbin, so I thought maybe I would have to go into 2, but I think I'm going to be able to do it with just 1. Like that. All right. Okay, full seam allowance. Here we go. You know what? I'm going to do a fresh seam allowance marking as well. I'm real fancy with my ruler and Sharpie, I know. All right. I want that to be dry before I think I'm going to get a pretzel real quick, a little chocolate pretzel snack. So when you go around curves, you definitely have to work that material around your curve. If you just try and go around the curve without adjusting that top layer at all, it's not gonna go so well. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I mean here. So when I come to this curve, I kind of like to push it in and down, right? And then as I'm going, you'll see me kind of resituate the material here on the curve to go with it. So if I get to about, I'll get to about right here. And I'll resituate it just a little bit to make sure it's all laying flat and out. Okay, and no puckers. I'll stop again, flatten, kind of push it down, and lay it out flat. This flathead screwdriver is my favorite tool when it comes to doing gussets of bags. Because if you don't work that material around that curve, it's not going to lay correctly. It's not going to automatically just go. I forgot to pick out my elastic. I need to go get some elastic for this. See how I kind of like worked that all in there? All right. So that is my full seam allowance. You want to make sure that you look in, make sure that you don't have any puckers. Mine looks good. I'm going to go grab some elastic real quick down in my drawer. Hopefully I have the right color. I think in pink or purple. Even green, I guess. Don't have enough of that. Oh, I do. Perfect. I'm going to do some pink. Bubblegum pink. All right, I forget at one point when I was doing all these videos, I knew the perfect amount of elastic to cut. I don't remember what that was now. So we'll have to remeasure. You want to make sure that your layers are even. Mine are pretty good. All right. So since I don't remember, what does a sticker, I need a seam ripper and some privacy look like? Well, it's cute. It'll be in the boxes, actually. It's going to be in these project boxes. All right. How long did I do that? 27. Let's try it. Your pattern for the Suzu sling is my favorite. One problem though, every time I make one, someone wants one. I'm so glad to hear that. Miss Orla came up with the design for the sticker, and it's awesome. She did a great job. Kassiah, I love how you explain as you go along. I've learned so much from watching your videos the past few years. Jean, I'm so glad. All right, so I will see if this fits around. So I like to sew one big loop. I'm going to clip this bottom centered. Actually, I'm just going to use regular clips for this part. It feels like that's a little bit better. Okay. Here. Now, the mistake people make with fold over elastic is that they don't make it tight enough. If you don't make it tight enough, it's going to bunch and move as you sew it. See, even now, I don't feel like that's tight enough. I need to go a little bit tighter. It really needs to hug your material. So when you go to sew it, it's not going to shift at all. When I first started doing fold over elastic, I made that mistake. And I was like, this is not easier, until I figured out, oh, it's because I need to have it nice and tight. Okay. So don't be afraid to just adjust it as you go. Let's try that one more time. Are those Kai scissors? Yes, they are. They are the V5165s. They are my favorite. I have like probably 6 or 7 pairs of them, and I'm not even kidding you. They are all around my sewing room. Now you don't have to use a fold over elastic to bind. You can, you know, use raw edged canvas. You can use actual cotton binding like you do in quilts. Totally up to you. All right. All right. That fits a little bit better. It's still like, I may go a little bit tighter on the next side. We'll see how this plays out. Yeah, do you see how it's kind of wrinkly right there? I don't want that. No, sorry. Going a little tighter. I'm going to be fighting that. And then I need to measure it so I can just automatically do the other side. We're going to take it down another inch. All right, so let's measure this real quick so I know for the next side. This is at 13 folded, so 26. All right, let's try this again. All right, the other side, I'm going to go 25. All right, have that all clipped on. Cross our fingers that we catch both sides as we go. Here we go. Now, I'm big for saying, don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to binding. It is not going to be perfection every time. You will miss the other side sometimes if you do it like this. Again, there are different ways to do it. This is just my preferred method, right? So if you're like, that way is not going to work for me, try something else. But do me a favor. go to a store where they sell bags and look at the binding. It will make you feel so much better about how we do it. Okay? Nobody's business what your binding looks like. That's right. And very rarely when people get bags, do they look inside your bag and say, "Ooh, I don't know about that binding." So don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to this last step, okay? Okay, thank you. That's my TED Talk. Hi, Minzy. All right. I missed it right here. Barely. You see that? Doop, doop, doop. Right there. That's it. Other than that, it looks great. So I'm just going to go right here. We're going to fix that one little spot and call it a day and go to the other side. Okay? Okay. Done. Hi from Northwest UK. Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome. Alrighty, y'all. Side one, done. I'm happy with it. Let's do side two. Make sure you have it laying the correct way before you start clipping. I'm going to put my zipper pull kind of in the middle so it stays out of my way. Here we go. Hi, Donna. I don't know if I'm the goat. You're pretty amazing too. Hi, Valerie. All right, here we go. Yeah, usually I use the same color of thread for my elastic as well, but I didn't feel like switching my thread color, so it's fine. Not something I'm going to stress about. Thank you for your stream. I learn a lot. You're so welcome, Lainey. All right, so now I want to get these curves on this gusset snippety snipped. And then I'll do the same process. I'll baste, I'll go full seam allowance, and then I'll bind. And then I will hit it with a hairdryer and we'll turn this right side out, okay? Okay, spread that out and kind of press it to fit in that curve and clip the crap out of it. It's fun to finally see the spring box come to life, right, Susan? It's kind of awesome. I kind of love it. You know, doing boxes and like exclusive stuff is kind of new for me. I haven't done a ton of it, so I hope you guys will be patient with me. We're learning. I think they'll just get better and better as we go. But I kind of love the materials that we've chose for this one. Sometimes they'll include a pattern, sometimes they won't. So yeah, there's that. I just want you to be creative with it and kind of make whatever is calling to you. All right. Here we go. You know what? For this, I'm going to pull you in on the other side because my hands are going to be all in the way. So let's pull you in over here. Not there. Come here. Okay. Yeah, right there. Here we go. The pansy fabric is gorgeous. It screams spring and summer. Thank you. All right, second side's a little bit more difficult because you got, you know, you're working with more bag. You got more stuff to kind of hold in place. But totally doable. You can do it. I'm holding it right here. Do you see how I'm kind of pinching this curve? And I'm pressing down with this hand to kind of push everything and hold it in place so it doesn't slip up. Okay? So this hand is super important when you're sewing bags like this. You really are holding things in place with it. These clips, they're so strong, which is amazing, but sometimes they're a pain to take off. Okay, same with this one. I'm kind of scrunching it down and holding it in place. All right, there's my first layer. Double check, it slipped the tiniest bit right up here. Not a big deal. That is not anything to write home about. Just cut it off. Who cares? Guys, bag making can be forgiving. When you come from quilting to bag making, you tend to want to be a perfectionist. Trust me when I say you don't have to be a perfectionist all the time when you're bag making. Right, Susan? Susan? I know you can hear me. All right. Second time around, full seam allowance. Can tulip beads, faux reel, and smooth vinyl be sewn on a domestic machine? Depends on what machine you have. The Smoothie Smooth is a softer, lighter, not the Smoothie Smooth. The Signature Smooth is a lofter, oh my gosh, I can't use my words. Lighter, softer vinyl, and it definitely can be. The faux reel is more of a leather-like thickness. It is thicker. So you can't do too many layers on a regular machine with it. The bonded nylon, the Smoothie Smooth that the pansy material is definitely domestic machine friendly. It's nice and light. Makes fabulous bags. I know, Susan, you want it to be perfect. That's fine, but it's not always going to be perfect. And that's okay, because you're the only one who will know that it is not as perfect as you wanted it to be. I feel like the Smoothie Smooth is sensory friendly as well. Yeah. Smoothie snot. Cynthia, you're very welcome. Are you going to make a Delara in the pansies? Veronica, I think I have to. Yes. I think it is screaming for a Delara, right? I think that'll be my next one. We're going to see how many bags we can make. Ugh, I didn't put my needle in as I was adjusting right there. Let's try that again, and then we'll do our binding. We're almost there, guys. We're in the home stretch. Home stretch. Right where the handle is right here, it gets to be hard to smush it where you want it, which is what my issue was. Make sure that your needle is in your fabric as you're adjusting everything, or else it's not going to have a great result, right? All right, here we go. There we go. All right, let's do our binding. Should be quicker this time since I know what length to cut it. Okay, I'm going to make sure all of this is even, Steven. Like, I'm barely trimming anything off. Do you see how little my trim pieces are? It's not a lot, but it just helps. Okay, what did I say? It was at 13, which is 26, which we're going to make it even shorter than that. We're going to do 20, 25. I'm almost thinking 24, but let's try that. You have my dino sticker on your table? I do. He's so cute. He went right on my table. I sure do. He's so cute. I'm trying to get new stickers. We're refreshing. I'm taking off some of my Sewing the States. Trying to refresh some new stickers. I have some new magnets here from Amber. Yeah. All right, let's go here. Listen, if you send me a cute sticker and I love it, you bet I'll be putting it on something. All right, I'm going to mark my center down here. Let's see if this one fits any better. Last time around. Can I ask what camera? I use Mevo cameras. Okay, so I cut this one at 25 and it's kind of perfect. This is the tension I want, okay? So 25, sew together. What walking foot are you using? I am using a Skinny Smooth walking foot from Amazon. I don't know why I felt the need to sing that, but I just did, so there's that. All right, let's do it. I'm excited to turn this out, you guys. What tripod? I don't know. Honestly, I think Susan bought the tripods. I don't know what type of tripod it is. The kind that holds the camera? I don't know. It's the tripod that came with the Mevo camera. Okay. You guys really knocked this box out of the park. Thanks, Natalie. Cross our fingers. Let's look at the other side. And then I gotta heat up my blow dryer for our turn and burn. Okay. Hey, I caught it all. All right. I'm gonna set this up to turn and burn. Okay. This up, back it up. Let me get the camera here. Okay. Zoop. All right, let's do it. Turn and burn, baby. If you haven't put a blow dryer in your sewing room, this is your sign. Go do it. Get your old hair dryer. Get yourself a new one up in your bathroom. Put your old hair dryer down in your sewing room. You will thank me later. Your hands will thank me later. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. Oh, she's looking cute. Oh my goodness. She's adorable. Oh my goodness. I love this design. Every time I make it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's really cute. Okay. All done. Pretty with Papa Sass, y'all. Here she is. It takes a minute to kind of get your seams all where you need them to go. But you guys, there is my Suzu sling. Aww. She's cute, right? Got all of our cute little zipper pulls, our tags. The only thing that did not come in this box that I used was this just magnetic snap. The boxes do come with a closure of some type, but I thought for this bag I would just use a magnetic snap. And that's it. I have to make a strap for it. I could use the webbing that comes in the box, which is this kind of neutral webbing. I think it goes great. Or I could do something else. Totally up to me. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Stay tuned for this spring box, Monday, April 27th, 8 a.m. top tier Patreon, 9 a.m. everybody else. I'll be making more things with it. So I'll probably just hop on and do lives for the next few days, sewing up different projects with this box so you can see that. And that's it. All right, you guys have a good Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.